there. In this video, I'm going to talk about vendor management, material management, and estimating module. Let's quickly jump into the vendor management first. From here, I can go into my vendor management section. Here is where you can create a list of vendors, whether they're local, offshore, or whatever type you want to give it. You can give the type to them. You can click on create. You can create as many custom fields you like, again, on this very easily. If you can go into one of your vendor, you can see what material you're buying from that vendor, and if you're not buying anything, then it will show you like white cap. Here the list of items I buy from white cap, the price of that vendor, when did I update the price last time, what is the cost code, category and GL account it should point out to, if it is offshore vendor or local vendor. Based on that, you can identify the cost centers or the cost codes. You can create materials right from here or attach materials right from here to that vendor. You can see what activity, what has happened with that vendor over the period of the time, if you are creating activities from here or tracking them. You can even track emails, how many emails you send to that vendor from here. We have our own Outlook plugin sync where you can sync the vendors information with the email. Here is where you will see all the detailed information of that vendor, where what is his primary email address, what is the phone number, is there any specific discount you have received from that vendor, what is the payment terms, his website. You click on it, it will take you right there on his website. There is physical address, when did you create that vendor, if I had that vendor, and any other additional details you want to capture. You can also see a history of what you purchased from him, when you purchased from him, what is the received date as well. See those. Right now, I think you have purchased only one. And if there are anything else, let me see if there are other vendors. Here's another vendor. Here's the other items which you have purchased from these vendors. So you can track all of those. If there are any attachments, cut sheets, or the product sheets, you can attach them right from here by the vendor. Any contracts you can attach by the vendor. If there are any list of contacts you want to track, you can have them right in the screen. What it can even do for you is you can see how well you are satisfied with the vendor. You can create some custom forms on the screen where you can create or maybe task for yourself, where every year you're creating a task for yourself as a reminder to collect the information from him, so that he is not lost to tracks. It automatically triggers a notification before the due date, so that you can collect it, or the vendor can upload it directly. If there is a folder you're creating right here and you are sharing with him, he can upload the information directly in that folder and it will come and sit right here. So this is basically the vendor management. And now let's quickly jump into the material management screen. Material management is nothing but how you are managing your raw materials, finished products, final products from the custom vendors, and all that information you can track right from here. So in the material management screen, you have something called directory. The directory is nothing but how you are organizing your list of materials or items. So here is an accessories section for us. Here is an end post section. So here are different parent directories, and within the parent, you can create subsections, where now if you are looking at an end post, it will show you all the list of end posts. But let's say if you are focused on end circa post, it will only show you circa end post. So it is a way to identify the right material and then price it accordingly. So here is the circa end post. Here is the material information, where I'm buying it from. uh, if there is any cut sheet that has been updated by us already. Here is the material info, how much is the price, landed price, uh, how much is the material price, if there is a freight percent, duty, tariff, everything adds up to 57. This section or this attribute, you can use it on your estimate side, where you are doing your cost and your sell calculations. You can even see that when is the price last got updated, who is your preferred vendor of this item, what is the cost code category you need to track it to. And then we have something called labor productivity. Labor productivity is nothing but how much time it takes to install a product on the job site. So per unit measure, let's say you're calculating it for 1 square feet or single post, or how much usually times it usually takes for one entity, and then you can multiply it, the total entity is split it out in the estimate screen, and it gives you a total man hours. So here you can upload all your cut sheets or any other information you would like. You can upload all of them so that your estimator or a purchaser can take a look at it before buying a particular material. We have something called identifiers. Identifiers are nothing but helping the estimators to pick the right material. So here, for example, in the glass section, if you see one of the glass item, if I pick, here is what is going to help the estimator to pick the right material when he's doing an estimate. This glass is a good example, again, where you can see it has two different pricings. One is a $28 landed price, but it has a lead time of 60 days. Um, when it comes to PRL, it has a $75 and it has a lead time of 20 days. Now, depending on the project delivery or whether it is an expediting project or regular project, you can pick up a vendor on your estimates. And I'm going to show you that in a bit. Here is your preferred vendor. Whenever an estimator, without even seeing the vendor, he picks up a material, it automatically defaults it to your preferred vendor. In that way, they are not worried about picking a vendor every time. So once all this material is loaded with all this information, you go and create assemblies. Assemblies are nothing but what is your final product composed of. Let's take an example of FSR. It has a freestanding rail and a rail. If you talk about blade glass, it has a blade, glass, Hilti product, and a rail. So it makes the whole product of your glass, blade glass. So those are the assemblies. You can create different brand names for your tracking purposes. So you can do a lot in this material management section. Once you have your materials and everything ready, you go into your estimate section and you will now start estimating your product, right? Projects. So here is where you can create estimates. You can create a new estimate. You can pull an opportunity from our CRM side of it, or you can even sync it with Salesforce and it will check all your opportunities from the Salesforce. And it even brings some contacts information from the Salesforce. We have already identified them as your bidders. And then you can put a status to it and start estimating. Here an example, I'm going to pick it. So here is where you can upload your plans. Once you upload your plans, you click on view plans, it will take you to the screen where you can see a list of all your plans. It automatically does an OCR for you where all the page numbers, what you have over here is automatically getting updated. So you don't have to worry about updating each and individual page numbers right there. You can quickly jump to any page number you like from this section. You can go to next or previous page right from this section. You can do any kind of markups on this. You can draw a cloud if you need to draw a cloud to put a markup on this tool. You can check a dimension. You can, if there is any takeoffs done, you can insert a legend and it will give you a legend out of it. Let me quickly jump into a drawing where we already have certain takeoffs. So here is where you can click on any page number on there as an hyperlink and it will show you any takeoffs you did on the screen. You can hover on the takeoff and it will show you who did the takeoff, what is the assembly it is getting picked from, what is the length of it, what location it is on, what is the label on it. So this gives you a lot of information which an estimator needs to make, or a reviewer needs to see when he sees a drawing or an estimate or a takeoff, and he can make a meaningful decision out of it whether it has been done correctly or wrong. So here are two different scales. Let's say if a reviewer looking at two different scales, he can straight away say that why there are two different scales on this particular sheet. He can click on one and see, okay, what are two different scales used for, and it will only highlight those particular takeoffs. It will give you a better visibility of those takeoffs. And again, if you take a what has been done on these sheets, you can insert a legend and you can see what's been done with the color coding and everything. What is the assembly that has been done, what is the takeoff that has been done, so you can have a clear picture of what happened on the screen. So we have another OCR section where it automatically OCRs within your page. You can click on it and you can go into the details of that, what is going on onto the page, or you can even open up in another section on the page. So it's to a level where you can see within the page without going anywhere. If there is any details of any particular item, you can go and click on that detail and it will take you right there. So here is another one where you have a lot of takeoffs, which you drop in a legend, it will automatically show you what happened on the sheet. So now quickly, let's jump on how we can do a takeoff. So here are the list of assemblies we have dropped down. So here is one assembly for this section where we did a takeoff. Here is another assembly we did a takeoff on, right? So by clicking on those hyperlinks, it will take you right there to that section. Uh, Here is a shoe glass assembly which we use. We did 3 takeoffs. So here's another one which we did 7 takeoffs. Here's another one which we did these many takeoffs. All these takeoffs have been done over here, right? So how to do a takeoff? If the assembly exists here, if you already pulled it in, that's great. If you're not, let's take a look at the blade glass which we looked at just now. Blade glass. You can put a same name to it or a different name. As soon as you add it, it will give you okay. Now pick what kind of material you want to estimate for this estimation based on your specs. Sheets, you can pick up whatever material you want. So here the list of drop downs give you exactly what you want to pick. As and along you're updating these drop downs, this search is going to narrow down one after the other. Let's say if you're looking out number 8 section, then there is no blade glass number 8, there is only number 6. So let's say if you're looking at stainless steel 316, it's gonna give you that particular item. 304. Similarly, top rail, monolithic, anchors, LT product, what you want. So you're giving a narrowed down search for your estimators not to do any mistakes. So once this all has been done, now you can pick up an assembly and add a takeoff. You can put a takeoff name, and then you can pick a color you like. If it is any particular master section you want to create, you can do that. These are all tags. You can create as many tags as you like, and it will just pick up the tag, and then you can just do start a takeoff. Very easy. Start measure and do the takeoff. Once you're finished, stop it. So every takeoff which you do based on the characteristics you have picked, it automatically show you. So these characteristics are used in the formulas of your estimate. So this is where you can update your formula and characteristics. You can default it to very static numbers, or you can dynamically pop up at every takeoff you do. So once you finish that, you can just click on finish, go to your estimate section. So once you have done all your takeoffs on this section, you can quickly go into your estimate section and you can see what takeoffs have you done. Again, you can collapse all of them by that section. You can click on these, you can see what takeoffs you have done. So here is my area fin art stair GR1. You can click on it. What is that exact item? It's gonna straight away take you over there, and it's gonna highlight what is that item exactly is. So that's one of the cool features we have. You can see what is the linear feet on this is an assembly, right? Cube cable, and these are the materials which compose that assembly. And how much is the linear feet you already calculated. The quantities is based on the formulas you have written down, right? So it's length multiplied by cable run if it is a cable system, right? You can update this right from here if you need to, and it's going to reflect only, let's say this particular item has only 10, so you can update it right from there. And then you can even copy them down the line or apply to a particular group. You can do that. It automatically updates to the whole group. Then you can have your markup, your overhead, your percentages, your cell. The thing I spoke about, labor productivity, right? You can update your labor productivity right from here, and you can see how much time it takes to install this particular item on the job site. Similarly, you can do for all the assemblies. You can take a look at it. You can edit it, anything right from here. You can jump onto that section. Another cool feature we have is you can filter this based on the columns, based on your requirement on what you want to see after you have done the takeoff. And if you have a particular preference to save, you can save those. If you want to take a look at all the columns, you can take a look at all the columns. You can group them the way you want it. In that way, it is more easy for you to look at the things. You can even filter down the things the way you want to. Let's say you want to look at only FSRs, it will show you only FSRs within the particular systems. Then you can look at only cube cables. You can look at only anything you want to filter it down. You can filter it down to that item, and you can see what is the estimate of that item. And you can even create a code only for those filtered items. We have and estimate to that level. And then once you do that, you can calculate your labor productivities from here. These labor productivities or labor costs can be transferred into a budget, and then they can be put on to the project management side. Now you can look at your budgets versus actuals and what you have purchased through accounts payable. Everything is interlinked within the software. So it is a flow. It is like a whole system of records where you don't have to invest time in exporting and importing and doing a lot of things manually or having a lot of people to do it. It's just that it's a whole flow of systems. So it's automatically flows everything from CRM to all the way to your project closure. So let's say here is the estimates, right? You're looking at all the labor estimates. If you're saying that, hey, I'm gonna work 4 hours of weekend, here you see there is 12 weeks to finish the job with 4, 6, 7, 8 people. But let's say if I'm saying that I'm gonna work overtime, it automatically changes the duration. So it's as easy as that. And you can even pick a template based on where are you working on the project. Is it a local project? That means there is only parking, but there is no flight charges or hotels. But if let's say if there is any other state, it automatically pulls up your car rental, your parking, your flight, your stay, your per diems, and everything, whatever you want to include in the template. So once everything has been done, everything looks good, you can start preparing a code from the system itself. If I go in there, Trinity, you can start preparing a code from the system. If everything looks good within the code, your inclusions, you can download it. And either you can send it to your customer from your email, or you can send it through build on. So once this has been done, everything looks good, you won the project, it automatically fetches all your cost codes, categories, quantities, what are there on it, unit of measures, what is your budget, what is your sell. This can be exported in an Excel sheet and imported in your current ERP, or you can just click on creating a project and it automatically fetches all the information if you're using our project management system. So here is a project management tool, right? I'm going to talk about this in the next video.